Childhood friends reconnect, and an old flame is reignited in the new Jamaican drama series, Savannah. Written by and starring Danisha Prendergast, the granddaughter of the legendary Bob
where
Marley.
we are going with our own lives because we get caught up in love.
New Kingston at Island Ballroom.
There's just talent in New Kingston, you know. Whatever you bring to the table is we just decide on it as a group, and we always put our best foot forward, you know.
New York strip steak with a port wine mushroom sauce, baby potatoes, and roasted tomatoes with celebrity chef Patrick Simpson
and I did a nice
on this week's
port wine
Inna the Kitchen.
mushroom sauce right on the top, served with a baby potato and roasted tomato.
New York-based designer Chuks Collins presents his collection for a benefit fashion show.
I just want to feel like it started kind of when William feel empowered, feel powerful. You know, like the clothes you put on, it shows who you are.
You're watching Come Chat With Me, a Caribbean lifestyle magazine. And I'm your host, Ziggy Bless. Shot between the beautiful parish of Portland and the cityscape of Kingston, a new web series, Savannah, explores the dynamics of relationships, long-distance love, and economic instability.
You see, this time we can't pay you back, I swear.
They come in waves, these questions, like who are we? Where have we been?
What is it you say during Kingston now?
Remember, say, tell me, say you're gonna the thing, yo.
I can't grow a country. Only tree grow a country.
Who will we become? Our stories are more connected than the eyes can see.
Be a girl a drink Red Bull. Hot grab a heart, tool to her head full.
It's just Kingston. I wrote this script about 2.5 years ago with the intention of actually somebody else performing the role of Savannah. The story has evolved. One of the intentions was really to try to find a way to get the local artists, the singers, more involved in filmmaking. After going to Africa on our previous documentary journey, 50 Days in Africa, we realized that that's one of the ways that the Nigerian film industry was able to grow so quickly, by bridging the gap between film and music. So that was one of the intentions. And my production partner, Kush Asha, suggested that I should get back into acting. I started acting at 17. I am now almost twice that age. It's a love story between me and acting. Activism, acting, activate. I find myself always in a state of performance, I think, or on stages to perform, but it's not always in the context of entertainment. It's also in the context of educating. With this film, Savannah, well, the pilot, because it's actually a series that we're aspiring to produce. We wanted to take a different look at love in Jamaica from the perspective of two young people who were childhood sweethearts, grew up and became something else, you know, because that's how life does to us sometimes. One stayed in the country, one moved to the city. And now we want to see if, as adults, it can work.
Savannah Lamar from Portland.
Ah, boy, Jerry, you can't find a good joke yet.
Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, that smile is just for me?
Georgie, wow.
Come here, man. Walk on, beautiful.
I should be asking you. Savannah is a middle class girl. She grew up, she was the only child. She grew up pretty comfortably. She was born in the country, moved to the city for a few years, and then her parents were like, no, we don't like the city, so they moved back to the country. And she's really connected to the earth, to elements around her. She's a fashion designer, accessory design, really. She's into jewelry and that kind of thing. So in that way, she's like me, but she's very different from me at the same time. I find myself to be a lot more militant. In certain moments, I found her to be very gentle, almost too naive. But I guess that's a little bit of me too. The story was inspired by a song that my Uncle Steve has called She Knows Now. And in the song, it's basically saying, you know, never tell a woman that you love her when you don't really care that much for her. And on the flip side, he says, never tell a man that you care for him when you really don't care that much for him. And it resonated deeply with me because life happens. Whereas we love each other, life happens, and sometimes we get a little bit confused as to where we are going with our own lives because we get caught up in love. This is a story about that, exploring how it is that we love truly, given the dynamics of what we have to live in. And Jamaica is a very dynamic country. You know, we have some of the best beaches in the Caribbean. Our tourism is up, but at the same time, we yearn for development, economic development. You know, we yearn for more classrooms. So we wanted to really challenge people's concept of Jamaica, this beautiful island that you see, that you want to go and travel to, but at the same time, you really know what is going on the ground and how people have to live and have to survive.
Get up, man. Get up. The next time you see if you have money, take the car.
When you think of the word Savannah, though, I think about somewhere in Britain. I think about big hats. I think about white dresses. It's the image that I see from a colonial past. The name Savannah. I have friends named Savannah too, but for some reason that's what comes up. So as a writer, that's what came forward. Yeah, because we are playing on a colonial present with this pilot. It may not be very evident, but the reason why we are in certain situations now, economically, socially, metaphysically, emotionally, is because of colonialism. So it's trying to find different ways to have those conversations without being too rasta about it.
Mrs. Smith?
It is Michelle.
Michelle, this is Savannah. Remember I spoke to you about her?
Hi. So nice to meet you. Thank you so much for inviting me to your party. It's lovely.
Savannah is actually a fashion designer, am I right?
Actually, accessory design.
Well, that's interesting.
Excuse me. One.
Savannah, where did you get this dress?
You know, vintage is always in style.
Well, it looks perfect for you.
Wow. They see me, but I'm not really here, am I? Deep inside, you know, that space where we're most afraid.
Trying to find a way, like we said, to bridge art and governance and evolution and revolution and all of those things while making it cool and conscious and digestible, you know? So, Savannah to the world.
New Kingston is best described as an urban conscious reggae family. This band of brothers, under the watchful eye of their father, Courtney Panton Sr., dubbed themselves New Kingston to appropriately reflect the combination of their Jamaican heritage and their present lives in New York City.
I'm Ty here. I'm the keyboard player.
And this is Steve, the guitarist from New Kingston.
Yeah, Courtney Jr., Drummy, New Kingston.
And I'm Chris. I play percussion for New Kingston.
New Kingston was kind of born out of a need, you know. I think I would say first to save these guys' life. Because, you know, there was a Kingston crew from before, you know, me and Andy and stuff. And then they kind of was dabbling around the music stuff, you know. They were always hanging around, you know. But honestly, a real serious story is one night I came home early, like 9 o'clock, and I saw Courtney, the drummer, was running around the street with some police activity, and I'm like, oh, this don't look good, you know? So I took some time off from the studio stuff, and I was always away working, you know, and just kind of stayed home with them and just bonding with music and bowling and stuff like that, and decided taking it serious, you know?
And all of you sing. Who's the lead singer? Is there any one lead singer?
There's just talent in New Kingston, you know. Whatever you bring to the table is we just decide on it as a group, and we always put our best foot forward, you know.
Is it difficult working in a band dynamic when you've got that much individual talent amongst you?
That would only make for a better music and for, you know, lots of ideas. So, you know, we always welcome that. We always welcome the camaraderie between us, and like my brother always said, we love creativity. So we like that individuality, and we help make that shine.
I really love music, you know, so whether I'm singing or playing the piano, I kind of get the same vibe, you know. Yo, music is a beautiful thing. I'm listening to music right now in my head.
When you come to the point of self-realization and finding out your purpose of life and stuff like that, we were talking earlier, and I want to just give all the credit to our father, Courtney Ponton. He is the direct representation of Kingston, Jamaica. And his group back in the day was the Kingston Crew. And us being from New York and Jamaica with the heritage, we are the New Kingston.
The name New Kingston represents the passing of the torch, like the next generation, a new breed. I feel it represents the root of what this is, like what this creation was, you know, like the foundation. Like it's more of, like as they said before, like giving homage, you know, to like their father, more so to where they come from, where their blood comes from, you know.
We do everything. We fight, we cook, we, you know, clean. Not all of us clean, you know, but you know, we do what we gotta do.
Right now, what New Kingston is doing right now, we're trying to make sure we keep pushing good music and good reggae music. We honestly want to make a statement with our music and make sure determination.
Plan to stay in this business for as long as we can, you know. We're not gonna give up. Never gonna give up.
Next episode of Inna the Kitchen. And you don't know, the #1 chef in New York, man. Yeah, chef, celebrity chef, Patrick Simpson. When you don't get it twisted, that's what I say. Oh, go on, brother.
Yeah, yo, listen, man. It's been a wonderful journey, man. Everywhere. You know what I realize now? Every time I go up on the road, all I can hear people talk about a way I gonna make next week. Inna the Kitchen, turn up. Ziggy, come chat with me in the kitchen. It is crazy. It's the hottest thing right now on Caribbean TV. This you want to check every week.
So what I want today?
Yo, today me change up the game. Me come with a nice New York steak. And me do a bourbon, port wine, sauce, mushroom. It's going to be crazy. Keep it locked. You want to see this. You don't want to go nowhere. In the kitchen. In the kitchen. All right, guys. So this week we're making a New York steak, and I'm gonna do a mushroom sauce, mushroom port wine sauce over it, and I'm gonna serve it with some baby potato and some roasted tomato, real nice, and also some beans. So right now we have a nice cut, a clean New York strip steak. I'm gonna go with a little bit of salt over him, make him real nice. A little bit of salt, not too much. A little bit of pepper. On both sides, a little bit of pepper, real good. I'm gonna go with my Cajun season, because you know me already, I like my food with flavor. So it's gonna be a nice Cajun, New York style ribeye. Nice, clean, keep a little bit of the fat, because you want the fat. The fat is actually where a lot of the flavor sits, right in the fat. So let it sit right there. This steak, you can actually allow it to marinate. Allow it to marinate inside your refrigerator for probably about like 15-20 minutes, and you're good. Just put a plastic wrap over it and keep them looking nice. My pot is nice and hot. I'm gonna go down with my steak. Beautiful. And this is actually a blackened steak. This is what I'm shooting for. I'm shooting for a nice charred. And normally you shake the steak, and the reason why you shake it because you don't want it to stick. And meanwhile the steak is cooking, I'm gonna start on my sauce. So my sauce is gonna be a little bit of olive oil. And as you know, I like my flavor already, so I'm also gonna go with a little bit of liquid butter. The liquid butter is gonna help and enhance the flavor as to what I'm shooting for. All right, put that bad boy in. Fresh garlic, and I'm gonna go with some scallion. Oh, look at the nice color, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Put my mushroom in. And you can go with portobello mushroom, you can go with button mushroom, whatever mushroom that you like, shiitake mushroom. There's so many different mushrooms that you can go for. You can also add some raisin to it if you want and make it a nice, sweet raisin flavor. A little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, a little bit of garlic powder, and then I'm gonna go with a little bit of Old Bay season. Nice, beautiful. I'm gonna go with a little bit of Gravy Master, just to give me that nice little color that I'm looking for. Beautiful, nice. The wine. Exactly what I want, beautiful. Nice medium. That's what I wanna see. I'm gonna take a little bit of the wine and put inside. That's it. Burn my flavor. And then I'm gonna take my sauce and put my sauce right inside. A little bit of water. Yep, beautiful. I'm gonna put my steak on my plate, looking good. Then I'm gonna go for my baby potato. All the time we're eating rice. All the time we're eating rice, so we're changing it up a little bit. We're doing something totally different. We're going for some baby potato. I'm gonna take a little bit of the oil from the potato, and I'm gonna just kind of drizzle right over the top. Then I'm gonna go for my roasted tomato and my beans. Now my sauce is gonna go right on top of my steak. You can make a nice little rose or a nice little plant or whatever you want. Okay guys, you see this? This week I'm making something totally different. New York steak. And I did a nice port wine mushroom sauce right on the top, served with a baby potato and roasted tomato. This is real easy, real simple. You see the ingredients. I did it right in front of you and you see. So next week, you're gonna be in for a surprise, because what I'm gonna do, you're not gonna be ready for this one. So get your pen and paper and keep it locked. Wishpot in the kitchen.
Designer Chuks Collins released his latest collection viewing with a fundraising event to raise funds for Adopt a School initiative for children in Chuks Collins' home country, Nigeria. The Chuks Collins collection offers ready-to-wear fashion for men and women that appreciate sophisticated style, and this season, the ensembles range from modern elegance to casual chic in a handsome array of bold colors.
So tonight is all about charity, all about giving back. So this tonight is the end of the fashion week, and for my fashion week collection I decided to call it The Dream, which is all about inspiration, empowerment of women, and also donating a proceeds to an organization called Owando Foundation. And what they do is that they try to help little girls off of the street, put them in schools, and try to help them with a better life. Because this collection is all about the little girl who aspires to be grown up someday and be successful in everything they're doing, and also for the woman who's also mature, has everything she wants, but at the same time she wants to be nurtured like a little girl. So it's all about the marriage of a thrill and architecture. It's all about women empowerment, you know, making women feel beautiful in my garment. Men and women, I just wanted, when you put on my garment, I just wanted to feel like a certain kind of when will feel empowered, feel powerful. You know, like the clothes you put on, it shows who you are. Like you put on a clothes and you have like this full self-confidence about yourself. Like you just feel good about it. That's what I want my clothes to do.
Stay connected with Come Chat With Me. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Thanks for watching Come Chat With Me. Tune in each and every Sunday right here on CIN. See you next week.
Nobody taking my space. Don't know the risk that we take just to put food on the plate. Hit no Sunday today, lightning and tender earthquake. Think you can walk in my shoes, man? You can't even tie the laces. Man, hungry soon turn to anger, then anger turn to danger. Hey, me no want nobody come and tell me about my temper. No retreat, no surrender. You sit on your veranda and think it's cool. Forget I used to suffer well. Everywhere in the world, everybody needs